Hi Aquarius, welcome to your June 2017 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So what is the concentration of energy for Aquarius? I would say it is in your 6th house of health and the workplace and your daily schedule. And so I would believe that some of you, this is part of an ongoing saga where you know that there are some issues in this area, and it's just going to be a matter of things actually gelling. Because, for instance, okay, let me put it this way. You have Mars in your 5th house of love and, the romance portion when you fall in love and just your libido and creativity, and then it goes into the 6th house, and this is a house where it could be your workplace or it could be even your health routine. And so with Mars in the 6th house, it kind of jumpstarts everything. Whatever it is that is going on in your life, Mars will simply make you that much more determined to start, it's like a catalyst. So it will kind of get things going. If you have any kind of a work issue, stagnant situation, you're going to want to press forward when Mars is in that house, that ambition. If you have a lot of work, maybe it means that you're working very vigorously, that you have all of a sudden this deluge of work and you have to work overtime or something along those lines. But it could just be you're working out physically for health reasons. But whatever's going on, towards the end of the month, you're going to have the sun in that sector on the 21st at the time of the solstice, and then a new moon, a new beginning in this area 2 days later. Sometimes Mars can bring conflict, so there could be some kind of dispute at work, and then you're like, okay, I'm out of there, and you have a new workplace. Maybe you don't stop working at a certain company, but you just get transferred to another department or something along those lines. And so the other things that are happening as well is we have Mercury going from Taurus to Gemini. For you, this is your 4th to 5th house. Now, I just told you that Mars has left that house on the 4th. So on the 6th, Mercury goes into this house. Okay, so here is a scenario I could construct. You meet somebody. When Mars is in that 5th house, you meet somebody and it's lust at first sight. You're physically attracted to them. Mercury goes into that house on the 6th and you are talking to this person. It can also be that you are thinking about creative projects that you want to accomplish. And on the same day, Venus, which has been in your 3rd house of siblings and your local area and communication, maybe like internet things, maybe you've met somebody on the internet, then it goes into your 4th house of home and family. So it's possible that you've met somebody on the internet that you meet in person, Mars, and you start communicating with in person, Mercury. But then Venus goes into your 6th house, to your 4th house of home and family. And so because Mars has been through this house in past months, Venus is like the cleanup crew and can come and smooth over ruffled feathers, if you've had some conflict in the past with your parents, or if there was some maybe you're doing some remodeling in your home and now it's looking great. That's Venus in the 4th house. You could benefit from real estate in some way with Venus in the 4th house, because Venus deals with home and family issues. So I've been talking about the 9th of June because I feel like it's a very important time. Jupiter will be going direct on that date, and then the sign that Jupiter rules, Sagittarius, there's going to be a full moon in Sagittarius on that same date. So there's some kind of connection there. In terms of the full moon, Sagittarius is your 11th house of hopes and wishes. So full moons can bring things to a head. They can bring, so, it's also the house of friendships. It's your natural house, by the way. So anything that deals with Aquarius is what the 11th house is. And one of these areas can deal with things related to friendships, groups. You may break off with a friend or find out something about a friend or a group that you belong to that may mean that you end this connection, or perhaps it's just an awareness about what's going on that you didn't know about before. But it could be that you have one of your dreams come true. The 11th house is the luckiest house, and hopes and wishes are your long-term goals. Maybe one of them is realized, and that would be really wonderful for you, whatever those dreams are, Aquarius. And the Jupiter going direct situation is happening in your 9th house, and the 9th house is the house of long-distance travel. It's the house of, long-distance travel, the higher mind, and your philosophical framework. So if you have been trying to pursue a degree at a university and maybe something in February kind of threw a monkey wrench, maybe you're trying to get financial backing and it didn't go through, like student loans or something like that. Maybe now is the time when things start to move forward for you. Jupiter will take some time to get back up to speed. So if it's something along the lines of, needing funding for school, it might come not necessarily on the 9th, but maybe it will come later in June or even into July. I believe that Jupiter is going to regain its speed until the end of July and fully come out of its shadow. I looked it up, but I don't have it in front of me right now. But that's great because now you have forward motion in this area. Maybe it has something to do with travel plans. Perhaps some of you were planning on, even living abroad, and maybe it was connected to work, and something kind of came to a halt. Maybe your visa you couldn't get it, or just some paperwork, and now everything is coming together. It's gelling. So that would be really good because the 9th house is Jupiter's natural house. So I have to think that it holds a little bit more luck being in its own house. And so that's, Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion in the house that is all about expansion, expanding your horizons, expanding your outlook, okay? And the other thing I wanted to tell you about is that the North Node in May went into Leo, which happens to be your opposite sign. Therefore, Aquarius, it's your opposite house, which is the 7th house of marriage and the equivalent of marriage, which is committed partnership, a romantic one, but also any other types of partnership, such as your client base, if you have one. So this could mean in the next 18 months that there is some kind of fate associated with your committed partner. I would like to think that some of you will meet the person who is right for you, because you're going to have Venus at some point, I'm assuming, in July, going into, because it's not, I doubt it's going retrograde. It already just went retrograde. So it's going to be going into your 5th house Venus in the not too distant future. And who knows, this person that you meet might be the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So just keep that in mind. That's very much, I was going to say that's a challenge for Aquarius to find the one, but not really. It's just that you're very independent and you love your freedom, you love your individuality. And so it's going to take a special person to really capture your heart and interest for the long haul. But this could be the time, because the North Node is all about our soul's mission in this lifetime. So that sounds really good, Aquarius. And if you would like a private reading where I use your natal chart, and that's based on your exact time of birth, so it's not general like this, please click on the link below or go to rainamoonastrology.com. I have a special on my natal chart interpretations. Otherwise, have an awesome June. Bye.